Hello, and welcome to the Nine Dwarves. I'm your host, David Clayton, and on today's episode, the Dwarves will be investigating a credit union. Let's get right into it.
Terra Credit Union, nestled in the small, cozy town of Goshen, Indiana, is a magnificent result of one of the most difficult economic events in history. Founded in 1932 amidst the Great Depression by just 7 charter members that were pledging $5 each to begin in Terra Credit Union. And so the credit union was born, and so was a pillar of the commercial and ag community in northern Indiana, with one main mission that still exists today: to be their members' most trusted and valued financial resource. And they're doing that even today. The credit union has 16 different branches located across 5 different counties. But not only that, the field of membership for Intera actually spans across 18 different counties across the entire state of Indiana, spanning from both the northern all the way down to the southern part of the state. Intera Credit Union offers a full range of financial services products. Members can enjoy a large variety of loan products, both on the consumer and on the business side, as well as competitive deposit products and online banking services. Members utilize Intera as a means of bringing capital to their lives to fund purchases such as their homes, their cars, as well as those much needed pieces of farm equipment for the local farmers in the state. But in addition to that, members trust Intera as a place to safeguard their funds, utilizing Intera as their home base to save and invest their hard-earned money from all of their labor efforts. I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to Maddie to talk a little bit more about the internal process we studied at Intera Credit Union.
Thanks, Heather. And now to go into a brief overview of the focal business process we chose. We chose to study accounts payable, which is a critical component of a company's short-term liabilities that represents their obligations to pay for goods and services that have been purchased on credit. How accounts payable works is a company reaches out to purchase a good or service, and in exchange for the good or service, an invoice is received. The invoice is then checked by the AP department to determine the validity and correctness before being sent on for the necessary approvals. Once the necessary approvals have been reached, the invoice is ready to be paid. Payments usually come in the form of check or electronic payment. Timely payments to vendors is a critical component for any company to maintain good relations and ensure the company always has access to the necessary goods and services to continue their operation. The accounts payable process has been something that's been so impacted by information systems due to expediting the process, but as well as adding transparency as to where the invoice is in the chain of approvals. As an accountant myself, I can speak to just how important information systems has been on my profession. It has not only added transparency, but also improved the magnitude of information that we are able to provide. The company we are studying, Intera, thought this as well. So to align their accounts payable processes, they decided that they would implement the information systems Prologue. For Intera's accounts payable, this has expedited their processes exponentially. And to speak more on that is my teammate, Walter.
Intera Credit Union faced operational scrutiny from internal concerns from consumers after the 2024 data breach, in which many of its members' personal information was exposed, leading to organizational investigation as well as lawsuits. The credit union members were filing complaints as they faced credit inaccuracy in their report, impacting their ability to obtain loans, along with proper credit being applied after making payments to their accounts. The credit union was operating using outdated system technology and strategy innovation, giving way to cyber attack risk with unstable infrastructure. The problem continued to expand as the credit union members grew and called for a change with long waiting lines in the institution, slow deposit transactions, and lengthy payment processing. Now on to you, Lydia, for some assistance on how the internal concerns were handled.
Hi guys, my name is Lydia. I will be talking about the switchover from Concord AP versus Prologue AP. Some of the points I'm going to be touching on is how Concord was misaligned with what Intera needed, on top of the operational inefficiencies that it provided, as well as strategic benefits that Prologue AP brought to the company, and how the growth gains and the transitioning challenges affected the company as well. Intera originally chose Concord, hoping it would standardize invoice submissions, automate approvals, and cut down manual work. But the system was built for large corporate environment systems, so the workflows ended up being overly complex for Intera. Staff ran into routing issues, long processing times, and little flexibility for credit union specific requirements. Concord also didn't integrate well with Intera's financial systems. That meant duplicate work, manual data entry, and inconsistent reporting, ultimately slowing the team down instead of improving efficiency. Over time, it became clear that Concord was delaying payments and creating frustration instead of streamlining the process. Because of this, Intera made the strategic choice to move to Prologue AP. Prologue aligned much better with financial institution workflows. Routing became more predictable and customizable. Integration with the general ledger improved accuracy, and supervisors gained clearer visibility into outstanding invoices. All of this reduced backlogs and improved accountability. The transition did come with challenges. Staff had to learn a new system, rebuild workflows, and adjust to a new approval structure. Early on, this caused some temporary slowdowns, and while Prologue fixed many issues, areas like escalations and manual exceptions still require ongoing improvements. Overall, the move from Concord to Prologue positioned Intera for stronger compliance, more accurate financial reporting, and more stable AP processing, accounts payable processing, even with the learning curve. The switch was essential for long-term operational growth. Now I'm passing the apple over to my teammate. He's going to explain about the opportunities and the strategic value that Prologue gave to Intera Credit Union. Nice talking to you guys. Bye.
Nice throw. Hey, my name's Timmy. Today I want to walk through the enhanced opportunities and strategic value that Prologue has provided Intera. By improving how invoices are validated, approved, and paid, Prologue has become a core operational asset, not just for transactional systems. Now, I want to take a little bit of your time, but not too much. So, first things first, increased accuracy and faster processing. Prologue has significantly increased our accuracy and sped execution. Invoices are now entered at a structured workflow that eliminates manual handoffs, reduces rework, minimizes miscoding with automated routing, and predefined approval rules. Payments move through the process faster with fewer delays. This gives us a cleaner financial data, ensures invoices are approved the first time, and increase our overall throughput without additional labor. Second thing, greater transparency and audit-ready controls. Prologue has enabled a much higher degree of transparency. Every action has a timestamp, an owner, and a justification. Whether it's invoice submission, approval routing, escalation, or payment release, everything is traceable. This means we are audit ready at any moment. We are no longer have to search throughout the emails or spreadsheets to understand status, ownership, or histories. So from an internal control standpoint, Prologue has given us structure, accountability, and a clear compliance documentation. Third thing, strategic resource allocation. Another area of value that the ability to allocate our AP and financial resources more strategically before Prologue. Time was spent chasing approvals, clarifying amounts, trying to get discrepancies, things weren't adding up. Now the low value tasks are automated. Our specialists can focus on meaningful analysis, monitoring vendor spend, reviewing expectations, driving financial accuracy. Prologue ultimately frees capacity, allowing our resources to shift from administrative execution to strategic oversight.
Before we look at how information systems support the business process of accounts payable at Intera, I wanted to touch on what an information system is. An information system is a structured set of interrelated components designed to collect, process, store, and distribute information, ultimately enabling better decision-making across an organization. In today's world, information systems are everywhere. From social media platforms, GPS navigation, online shopping, and workplace tools, these systems shape how we live and work every day. Today we'll explore how Intera's credit union leverages information systems to transform its accounts payable process. Specifically, we'll examine how Prolog, an SAP-based accounting solution, drives efficiency, ensures compliance, and supports strategic objectives. Accounts payable is more than just paying invoices. It plays a critical role in building vendor trust, maintaining accurate financial reporting, and safeguarding operational integrity. For financial institutions, AP is a cornerstone of credibility and compliance. Intera recognized that its manual processes were slowing down operations and introducing compliance risk. These inefficiencies threatened vendor relationships and increased the potential for errors. To address these challenges, Intera implemented Prolog, aligning its workflows with its mission to be a trusted financial resource and uphold the highest standards of integrity within the community. This transformation demonstrates how technology can turn a traditionally manually back-office function into a streamlined automated process that supports both operational and strategic goals. Joanne will walk you through the 6 key ways information systems enhance the accounts payable process at Intera.
Let me start by quickly explaining the chart. This diagram shows how Prolog supports Intera's credit union account payable process. Invoices are first uploaded into the system, then automatically routed to the correct approver. If the amount is too high or needs additional review, it moves into escalation and then to a supervisor. Once approved, the invoice goes straight into payment processing. This workflow reduces manual steps, keeps approvals consistent, and speeds up payment completion. Prolog improves the process in several key ways. First, it centralizes invoice management. Instead of paper or scattered emails, everything is uploaded into one system, reducing errors and lost documents. Second, approvals are fully automated. Prolog sends invoices to the right person based on authorization levels and escalates them when needed. No follow-up required. Third, payment processing is integrated. ACH and check payments are handled directly within Prolog, reducing delays and eliminating the need for multiple systems. Prolog also strengthens compliance by applying GAAP and NCUH rules and maintaining complete audit trails. Staff can track invoice status in real time, which minimize delays and improve vendor satisfaction. And at month end, Prolog automatically creates accruals for unpaid invoices, making financial statements more accurate. Performance results show the impact. Intera produces about 350 invoices a month, and Prolog has reduced payment processing time from several days to just one. Real-time visibility and automation have also reduced past due invoices and made month-end close faster. Overall, Prolog supports Intera's mission to be a trusted financial resource by improving accuracy, efficiency, and internal controls. It ensures reliable finance reporting and frees staff to focus on higher value work. This demonstrates how information systems can transform multiple workflows into strategic advantages.
When we analyzed Intera Credit Union's accounts payable process and its integration with Prolog, a few big takeaways stood out. The first was how transformative automation really is. Before Prolog, invoices were handled manually, which meant delays, lost paperwork, and a lot of frustration. After automation, processing time dropped dramatically, and month-end close became far more accurate. Another insight was the importance of visibility. With real-time tracking and automated routing, the team could see exactly where an invoice was in the process. That transparency didn't just make life easier, it strengthened compliance and reduced risk. We also saw how technology changes roles. Instead of spending hours on data entry, staff now focus on oversight and handling exceptions. That shift required training and adaptation, which is a critical part of any tech implementation. Finally, risk management emerged as a major theme. Prolog's audit-ready controls and strong internal policies help reduce fraud risk and keep the organization aligned with regulatory standards. So, what's next? Based on these lessons, we have 5 recommendations. First, build on automation by adding AI-driven analytics. This would allow predictive insights and help catch anomalies before they become problems. Second, improve the vendor experience. A self-service portal for invoice submission and status tracking would save time for both vendors and staff. Third, cybersecurity needs to stay ahead of threats. Investing in advanced security measures will protect sensitive financial data and maintain member trust. Fourth, continuous training is key. Technology evolves quickly, and staff need ongoing development to maximize system capabilities. And finally, future-proof the system before exploring cloud-based solutions. This will provide scalability, better disaster recovery, and ensure compliance as the organization grows.
Well, we sure do hope you enjoyed today's episode of the 9 Dwarves. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about today's episode, please feel free to reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to give you any additional information. Thanks.